Hi everyone, welcome to Hauler Time. My name is Amy and I have got another Temu haul for you today, so stick around. So here we are with another Temu haul. Let's see how long it takes me to actually get to the haul. So I am down 2 subscribers from the last time we talked. So hopefully that won't be a trend that happens. But yeah, I right now I can't post as often because I'm super swamped with work. But this is Tuesday night and I wanted to take some time out and just come and see you guys. So here I am, and so we know I'm technically challenged even though I worked in IT, but I bought, for those of you that have been around a little while, you know I bought a new computer that I was going to use for the channel, but it didn't do what I wanted it to do. Well, I got over the weekend, I got it set up in my bedroom, so there's a chance I might do a video from there because I need to do a product review of an item that's in there. And so maybe I'll do it, but for some reason it's just so grainy. And I went online and did some searching and to figure out how to make it not so grainy. And I don't know if it's just looks grainy because it's on a huge screen and it wouldn't look grainy on like a phone or something. So I don't know, I guess we'll see. But anyway, let's get started. So I will say I do have some clothing items in this haul, but I am not going to try them on at the end like I normally would, simply because I'm kind of decked out in this shirt, and this it won't be easy to get in and, well, it's not hard to get in and out of, but I don't really just want to, I guess, because it's freezing down here. So, but speaking of, I am finally wearing my Little House on the Prairie / Sister Wife shirt or sweater. I guess it's from Temu, and it's got this really fleecy, fluffy snowball kind of feel on it, and then it's decked out in this lace. But I am wearing the Temu White turtleneck underneath it, so otherwise you would be seeing like my bra and stuff. Now I think that I like all the white, especially during the winter, but I think it would be really pretty with like maybe a red or pink or something underneath it to show through the lace. But yeah, I finally wore it. So I know a lot of us thought this would be kind of weird, just because of the whole lace thing, and some people thought it would be, let me get this out of the way, thought it would be kind of rough with this lace being like up around the neck, but it's not with this turtleneck. Now I will say this turtleneck, which I also hauled recently, its neck is kind of a little bit more flowy. I mean, it's supposed to be kind of like this, but this one happens to be bigger, so there's that. But yeah, I really like it, and I think I'm gonna sneeze. Hang on. Okay, well now my face is a little red from having sneezed, so pardon me. But yeah, I really like it, actually, you know. And so it was in the low 40s here today, and because we had a little, well, mostly yesterday was sunny, I thought it would be warmer today, and so I didn't wear my coat. But this, with the turtleneck under it, I had to go out to get the mail and stuff, and I stayed warm. So all right, I gotta pause again for just a second. All right, well, it never fails. After I sneeze, then I have to blow my nose, then I have to sneeze some more. So hopefully we're done with that. All right, so I have got, so this was super warm. This is also a Temu necklace, and I'm not sure I've worn this one before either, but does it slide up and down? Yeah, it slides up and down a little bit. So, all right, oh, I almost forgot, and that would have been terrible because this was so sweet. I got some more Happy Mail. So I'm so excited to get this. So this is from Miss Julie. She lives pretty near to me, and she knew, so she's one of my crafty friends, I would say. And I've been talking about how I can't find postage stamps, like used postage stamps in thrift stores and that kind of thing. I don't know if people around here just sell that stuff online or all the used stamps are gone, but she heard me and she sent me some in the mail because she apparently has a bunch, so I wanted to show you. So I don't want to show off her address, but so she sent me, I think this is food from me, but she sent me a really sweet little card, so thank you. And look at this, you guys. So, in a lovely, I forget what these bags are called, but a lovely little bag. And look at all of the, I mean, there's a ton of them in here. So we've got, I'm not going to obviously show you all, but I wanted to show, you know, some of the different kinds on here. But they're all like 6 and 8 cent stamps. And I remember collecting stamps when I was a kid, and a lot of these, so some, you know, pretty purple ones, and these look similar, but they're a little bit different. We've got some 6 cent and some 8 cent. There were a bunch of those. And then some of them she sent with, oh, I like these, with the canceled part 2, which is really cool. So then we got some like that, and some Eisenhower stamps. So Miss Julie, thank you so much. I love it, and I will be using these, and hopefully when I get my filming set up or fixed for hand filming, we'll see me use some of these. But thank you. That was very kind of you. So my second official Happy Mail. I'm so excited. But yeah, I don't know what it is around this area, but you cannot, I mean, it used to be you could at least find them in antique stores. I have not run across any, and I've been searching, so thank you. All right, now on to the show. First, we have a sweater dress. And don't worry, I know I said I'm not going to try these things on afterwards, but I will wear these and you'll see them in future videos. Oh, this is really soft. So it's a nice cream color and a V-neck, and it's got this same knit all the way through. And I will have the pictures at the end like I've been doing, so you will at least, you know, be able to see that. And then it's got this kind of, this at the bottom, so I think this is going to work really well with leggings, of course. And I don't know if I'll need to wear a turtleneck or something underneath this, because it does look like kind of a big neck, but we shall see. But like I said, it's super soft, and let's see what it's made out of. We haven't looked at that on stuff lately, but it is pretty soft in this case. Okay, well, it's 100% acrylic. and hand wash, line dry. Well, that's not happening. I don't know. Well, you guys that know fabric and material and stuff would know better, but is it going to melt if I put it in the washer and dryer? Guess we'll find out. But anyway, so this was a plus size elegant sweater dress. This is apricot, and I paid $24.48. It's now $17.14, you guys, and I did get a price adjustment for all of that over several days, which is crazy. And I got it in a 1X on the plus side, so size 14. But yeah, it's super cute on the model, so you'll see that at the end. But I used to, when I was in high school, I had a ivory kind of really long sweater that I wore with leggings, so I guess I'm trying to relive my youth. So yep, so there's that. Where am I gonna put these things today? I guess we'll just stick that there. And then got another stencil, and I don't think I'm gonna have time to do an after show for this either, but if this video, depending on where it lasts, did I say this already? This is bad, but I'm so scatterbrained right now because I'm just constantly thinking about all the tasks I need to do that I'm forgetting. But anyway, it's a cool stencil, kind of, you know, a scripty font that you would kind of just use some ink over to kind of antique some pages, and then just a couple different fonts. And some cool scrolling for borders and stuff. This, $1.78 for this. It's called a Retro Mysterious Document Reusable Plastic Template. So that will be fun. I really like scripty things, and sometimes when I'm antiquing or thrifting or treasure hunting, I'm looking for books that just have weird fonts and stuff. All right, so next, so this is a repeat purchase. I hauled one of these long time ago, and because I have 3 daughters and myself, I thought maybe it would be a good idea to, over time, buy each of us one of these. But it is a heating pad that goes around your waist. So great for that time of the month. And it has Velcro, so it can strap through this slot here as you wrap it around your waist, and then you can stick it on there. And it's USB, so I don't know if it's the kind of thing that you charge and then use, or if you have to have it plugged in. We'll check that in a second. And it's got one of those cool Temu like ties to hold the cord instead of one of those trash bag twisty ties. And we've got a couple of different, we've got heat and massage, maybe it looks like. So did it come pre-charged? Okay, well, let's see if I plug it in, if it will work. Okay, so I went to plug that in and it turned off my video for some reason, which is weird. Maybe I accidentally touched the mouse or something, I don't know. So that's great. So extra things to piece together. So now I'm trying to see, it's plugged in, but I'm trying to see if it, like, how do I know it's on? Oh. That's a different level. Different level. Oh wow, that's 4, 5, 6. So 6 different levels. Now how do we turn that part off? Okay, so I long pressed it and it turned off. And then here is the heat. So pretty nifty. So over time I will get one of those for each of us. But this would be so easy to travel with, right? I mean, easier than a regular blanket, you know, a normal electric blanket that's like this. Okay, portable electric heating belt. I paid $8.49. It's now $5.39, so another big credit. And you can get only heating without the massage, and it will not have any buttons then. And then there's one that's 3 levels of temperature adjustment without the power bank. I don't know what that means. And then this one. So yeah, it says you need to bring your own power bank, or you can also bring your own USB adapter. So I guess that means it's got to stay plugged in while it's in use. But so does an electric blanket, right? All right. So yeah, those are, and they look easy to clean. Like you could just wipe them down, kind of with a wet wipe or something. Okay, well, of course we want to do this next, because what is one of my Temu hauls lately without socks? These look like these would have been useful today for the cold. I don't think I have this exact set yet. Some may be similar, but there's 5 pairs in there. And these do look like they're gonna be a little bit tighter, maybe. But again, I know that looks silly, but I'll probably fold it down. Sorry. Fold it down to protect my cankles. So, and I do have some new sock sorters in the house in a Temu bag, but it came after this one, so we gotta wait. But this is 5 pairs of thick winter crew socks. And, oh, I guess I could show you the colors. So we got this kind of purpley color, a light pink. I still have my, oh, so a little bit oranger than that. And then this light kind of ivy, mossy green. I don't know. And then this one's maybe a little bit forestier, but also a little bit more teal. So there's a little more blue in that. And then this one's really similar to the first one I pulled out. It's not a whole lot different, but different enough. So yeah, so I really like this kind of sock, you know, that's warm. I didn't when I was younger, but I do now. Now as I get old, my old lady feet. All right, and that set, I paid $2.78, but it's now up to $4.47. And I'm gonna pause because I've got the little frog in my throat, so I'm gonna try to clear that out and not be gross about it, so hang on. So I don't know, this is my first time ever trying this. My daughter got some of this when the boyfriend came over, and this is actually really good. I kind of thought it was just a sparkling water, but it does have sugar in it, so it does taste better to me. But this blood orange, it's got a really good blood orange flavor. So here's my little commercial in the middle of the episode. All right, Next, okay, this is a sign I got for work, but did you document it? So some of you I think can relate. Some things you really need to document. You need to document processes, or you need to have support for your receipts, which of course I'm back into now that I'm back into accounting. So yeah, but did you document it? And speaking of accounting, this is the 30th. So all of the annual tax forms are due tomorrow in the States for businesses. So I got to get those W-2s out. And so I will be going to the post office tomorrow to mail a bunch of that stuff, certified mail, because our system was not set up to do it electronically. Isn't that awesome? So yeah, so that will be fun, but it'll be nice to get that stuff done, because I started in this position on the 8th of January, which any of you that work in finance know that starting at year end is really not easy, especially when the person you're replacing is not there anymore. But so yeah, so it's been kind of a challenge. Now my predecessor did have all the tax stuff printed out, but we had to kind of go over it and make sure it was all correct. And just learning the job and stuff, it's taken us here now to the last moment, which is awesome, but we got it done. All right, next. Oh, I didn't say anything about how much that sign cost, which I know you really care about. I paid $278, and it is a wooden sign, and it's now $138. But yeah, with all these signs, so now I'm thinking about, I've got this place on my desk that I can start putting things. So now I'm thinking, what kind of signs can I buy to take to work? Some kind of sarcastic, funny kind of signs. So we might see some more of that on here. All right, next, I waited a long time for these because these kept going out of stock. And you're probably thinking, ugh, but I think they're great. So these are just little fingerless gloves, and there were several different patterns, but I just really liked this one for some reason. I'm not really a brown fan, but I don't know, it just was cute, I thought. So these will be nice to wear down here when I'm working, because it gets pretty cold down here. I mean, we have heat down here, it's just we don't really have vents to bring, like, they're all routed to go upstairs. So, and we thought about getting some openings to this, but then we were kind of counseled against that, because we get some heat down here, and we don't really need the air and the air conditioning in the summer because it's underground, so it stays pretty cool. But yeah, they were like, you'll just end up heating, the heater will be on all the time if we had that, so we didn't want that. So as a result, sometimes my hands get cold, so these should help, but they're also good for going out if you want to have your fingers and you don't want to have the special things they put on gloves nowadays to still be able to use your phone. So I think those are beautiful, beautiful. And I paid $5.88. These are called Bright Red. So they have multiple, they've got purple and green and blue and gray, but they're now $6.29. Oh no, this pair is $5.30. So it's actually gone down. So yeah, but yeah, for some reason this particular one kept going out of stock out of all of them that were there. All right, I don't remember what this is. Oh, this is a shirt. I think, oh man, okay, I don't think for a minute I thought that maybe this was a reorder to downsize, but looking through, you could see my face or my shirt through this. So this is very thin in the center, but it's kind of a brushed fleece kind of feel to it. But yeah, it's definitely thin, but black in the center, and then this pretty sleeve in brown and kind of a peachy coral color, and then it's got a cuffed sleeve which is in that same material. So I thought that was pretty. They have a bunch of these out there with different sleeves, but this kind of is my coloring, right? Got the coral is my skin, and then the white and the brown is my hair, so it's like perfect for me. And I got this in a 1X on the plus side, size 14. I paid $10.48, and it's now $9.39. And then they've got where you can get the center is pink, but it looks like the sleeves are the same, or you could get a gray center. So yeah, I'm looking forward to trying that on when it gets a little bit warmer, which I keep being told the weather is going to get warmer, but I have not seen it yet. I mean, at least it's not in the single digits. I guess I shouldn't complain. All right, next is some envelopes. So looks like there's lots of sizes. So I've got some this size, and I'll open one in a minute. And then some kind of envelope, like business envelope size. So my mic is like totally facing the wrong direction, so hopefully the sound has not been terrible this whole time. And then kind of some card size. Is all the same? No, I think there's a bigger one. Yeah, this one's just a little bit bigger, but not by much. And finally, this size. So 5 different sizes. What am I going to use this for? Probably some of them I'm probably going to put those stamps that I've been buying from Temu in here to keep them safe and easier to deal with. Plus then I can kind of label them and whatever. Some of these, like these littler ones, I'll probably use for ephemera pieces. And I don't know, this is kind of a weird size, this envelope size. So I'm sure that the idea is that you'd put documents and stuff in these that you wanted to keep safe. Maybe put them in this and then put them in your safe. But this is a weird size, so I don't know what I'll use this for. Maybe belly bands for journals. But they've just got this tab up here, and then there's a cutout here, and it just slips inside. So, and they're a little bit flimsy, but not too bad. I don't feel like these are as flimsy as some of those other envelope things that I got that were a bigger size, like this. So I think these will be okay for whatever I use them for. But let's see how many there were in that set. 50. So there were 5 different sizes, so you get 10 of each size. I paid $11.47 and they are $16.39, so I think I got some kind of a deal on that. I don't know if it was a spin the deal, or now that although I wouldn't have been in Temu Circle when I ordered this, but now I talked about Temu Circle on, I think, my last video, and I've had the chance to see the effects of it a little bit more. So every day there's like a coupon gun that I get to push, and it like throws all these coupons and credits in the air, and each credit ticket's just a penny, so no biggie. But then there's actual not bad coupons, so so I get that for Temu Circle, and I've gotten some like get one item for 99% off, and when I picked that item, then I could get 8 more items for 50% off. But to do that or take advantage of that you had to like order right then, and you couldn't look at what you were ordering because you looked at it in theory when you picked the items for that. So like when it was like pay now, I mean, there wasn't go to checkout so that you could then make sure you only had one of each item or whatever. So I didn't end up doing that. But now that I know how that works, I'll probably pay a little bit more attention and try it maybe. Because the 99% off, I mean, I was getting, I think like a full length cardigan I was going to get for 40 cents or something like that. So seemed like a good deal, but I don't know. So those are some of the things I've seen with this Temu Circle, but again, you have to pay $7.99 a month for it. You can cancel anytime, or it doesn't automatically renew. You would have to specifically go renew it. But just some stuff I've seen. Okay, next I got 2 of these. These are PET stickers or PVC. Let's see. Oh, well, of course. This one's just going to call them transparent waterproof stickers. So I'll just take a couple out of each. There are 40 in this set, and it looks like there's 2 of each design. Let me try to get a couple that are different. And it's calling them, well, maybe it doesn't say they're stickers. So let me hold them up against this wall. So just some clear stickers. The black is this, I don't think they're the same. Yeah, they're not the same. But here's an example of one of those. But yeah, I can't tell that they're stickers. So what does it say? Oh, it does say they're stickers. But can I get a backing off? Yes. So yep, it does peel off. Oh, this is the I was thinking I was holding on. So the back is thicker than the sticker. But that's kind of cool, right? Because then you can put it over a book page or something, and it will kind of look like a rub-on. So yeah, so there's 40 in each of those. There's 5 different versions, and I got the plant guide, which was the green ones, and the specimen collection, which is the black ones, which I don't understand that. I paid $1.79 for each of them, and they are now $1.93. But they're waterproof, so you could, if you like botanicals, you could stick these on a Stanley Cup dupe, and they ought to, I mean, that would be kind of cool looking. So I just realized I've not been recording, so I'm gonna go check and see where I was and come back. I'm getting so frustrated with this. Okay, so it doesn't look like I lost very much, so that's good. I think literally it was just this that I talked about. So I think that I saw this on Angie Wade's channel, or maybe, or not maybe, and maybe Are We There Yet? But this is little dip cups. So as I said before, kind of another useless kitchen gadget that nobody really needs, but yet is so cool. I'm trying to get a decent view of that. But you get a set of 6, which is perfect for my family. So when we're having fries or hummus, and or I guess ketchup for the fries, or hummus, or French onion dip, we can pull this out, or barbecue sauce for some kind of brisket, pulled pork kind of thing. So yeah, you get a set of 6 and this cool little container. And are these dishwasher safe? It doesn't say on there. Does it say on whatever I pulled this out of? Of course not. Maybe it does. No, it does not. So I don't know. I don't know if there, maybe it says, well, let's see if it says on the product description. Oh, I feel like I can't win. Like, now my nose is running again. All right, 7-piece set, sauce dish, food sauce dish, dipping dish, steak sauce. Okay, now this is going to be maybe controversial, but if you have to use steak sauce to eat your steak, then it's not a very good steak. Now my husband would argue, but I like the taste of steak sauce. Well, okay, then just eat some steak sauce. But he, when I met him, used to get all of his steaks medium well or well done. So I got him brought back. When I was growing up, always had medium rare, but I have tempered myself back to mediums. But yeah, I feel like if a steak is cooked really well, you shouldn't need any sauce other than whatever the chef provides, you know, cooks it in or whatever. So that's my controversial statement for this episode. So yeah, I can't tell if it's dishwasher safe or not. You would think they would tell you that somewhere. Well, they don't cost, so they now cost $4.58 for that set. But yeah, I don't see anything that says, unless I'm just not looking in the right place. It's also listed as a back to school supply. so there's that. But I paid $4.57. All right. This next item is an item that I was required to purchase 2 of in order to get it, but because it was measuring tape, I said sure, I don't mind buying 2 of those. That doesn't seem ridiculous like some of the other things that they want you to buy 2 of. So I have bought a lot of measuring tapes on this channel, but I recently found this one and thought that looks cool because it's got a snap to hold it together, which I really like. It's also got, well, that's kind of nice if you're into centimeters. If you're in that part of the world, that makes it a lot easier to see. They don't do anything like that for us Americans. We just have boring yellow. Viva l'Italia. I know I'm not funny. It's okay. So anyway, this, I like this because this other one of these other ones that I got, it's, I mean, it's fine, but there's nothing to keep it together. So I have to put my own thing around it. So I just thought, well, this is a smart idea to just get one with a snap. I want to say this might be the only thing I've intentionally bought that required two. I think I've accidentally gotten two of things because I didn't realize that they had it set to that, but this one I did on purpose. And it, where is it at? Oh, right there. So it's a 60-inch tape measure, and I paid $1.29 for each one. Oh, but it's sold out. Oh, but they have, they have other ones of these that are like this, but then they come in a little plastic container with a lid. I would have liked that. But they do have other ones that are just like this for $1.44, and they may not make you buy two. But I just gotta now, well, I need to just keep one down here so I always know where one is, because these are like Tupperware lids too. They get lost really easy. Or maybe it's not the lids that get, is it the lids that get lost or the containers? Probably the lids. Okay. All right, so this next item, I already tested this out and I'm super disappointed about this. So if you've been around for a while, thank you for coming back. If you're new, welcome. We are growing slowly, so we're definitely looking for more subscribers and likers and all of that. But if you've been around for a while, you saw where I hauled this Hello Kitty bracelet, which I absolutely love. And part of what I like about it is that I don't have to have any special tools to get this on in the morning. It just pulls apart, and it's got these awesome beads, metal covered like silicone beads to keep your beads in place. And so I thought, well, that is like perfect. Why am I not getting this to put all of my charms that I bought? I was buying those other lobster claw ones that did have a kind of a screw-on part that would keep the beads from falling off when you were taking them on and off. But then this felt like the next step up. So I bought a whole set of these, and I mean, they literally look just like the Hello Kitty one. So exactly the same thing, same size, everything. And then I bought, where did I just put them? I bought the metal beads that hold them in place. And let me see, I don't know if I'll be able to show this very well, so you may have to wait till the picture at the end. But they've got the silicone piece there in the center. So the idea is you just push this on to the bracelet and it'll stay in place. Well, great. Well, so I got that in silver, and I think this was, yeah, this is rose gold, although it looks more gold than rose. But I'll take one of these out just for the demonstration. I mean, I really thought I was being a genius, or taking somebody else's genius idea and learning from it, right? So you get this and you're supposed to just be able to push this on. Uh-oh, doesn't fit because these ends are bigger than this. So I'm like, okay, well, one of these probably unscrews. They do not unscrew. And my husband's tried it and they do not unscrew. So all I can figure is that whenever this one was made, they hadn't put this on yet, this part, and they glued it on afterwards. So if you have bought these and have found a way to get this off without it having to be glued or soldered back on, I'd be interested to hear. But yeah, it does not it doesn't come off. So none of the oh, that didn't help. None of these will work on this. So, and I don't want this without this, because the beads will just fall right off of this. So yeah, so that's my disappointment, unless somebody can tell me what it is I'm doing wrong. But yeah, I mean, it's so easy to put this on in the morning. That's what I should be doing, but like, so yeah, so that was kind of disappointing. And what did I spend for that disappointment? It was, so I got a 10-piece set of these for $5.39, and they're now $3.14. I mean, I don't know. I mean, unless you have to be Hercules or something to get these ends off. And I know, for those of you that have been around a while, you know I had trouble getting this part off on those other style bracelets, but it's not moving. It's not just me. So that's what I spent for those. And then there's 20 pieces of each of these that I spent $1.19 on. And I can use these with those other lobster claw style, and I will. I mean, I'll probably end up, I just probably won't end up using these because I can't get them to work. So yeah. So I guess all in all, I'll just enjoy that I have this really pretty Hello Kitty one, and maybe someday figure out what to do, some other thing to use those other ones for. Okay, there's one more thing in the haul that came in a separate bag, which I don't understand why this came in a separate bag. It's just a piece of clothing, so maybe it was just in a different warehouse, I guess. It is a cardigan. Busy cardigan. Stripy boho kind of cardigan. Oh, it's really soft. So I've bought a lot of sweaters on Temu, and I have had a lot of sweaters that have been too big or weird, but I've also gotten a lot of sweaters that I really like. And I mean, I like this one. I love the cardigans really that I've gotten. So hopefully this will be another one that I will love. I could wear my yellow pendant necklace with this. Where is the top? Okay, maybe this is the top. But it's a light cardigan. But it's got, I mean, it's pretty. I may wear this tomorrow, or Thursday. But yeah, and I could wear my lemon tennis shoes with this too, with my black kind of faded jeans and maybe a white tank top or turtleneck. I could wash this thing and then wear it with this. But I'm kind of bugged about this neck. The black one was not was not anywhere near. I mean, this just doesn't look very good, right? I mean, if I didn't have this sweater with it, it would look really kind of janky. So it's not supposed to be folded over like this. So yeah, I don't know how this will work wearing this one with by itself. I don't know. But yeah, so I think this is super cute. And it was the picture makes it look like it's kind of a rougher knit than this is. So I'm kind of glad that it's like this. But it doesn't, my guess is it doesn't have all the colors that are in the one on the model. So my guess is, you know, just the nature of this kind of yarn, they're all going to be different. But I paid $17.48 and it's still $17.48. And they have one that's more blue and one that's more red. And I got this in a 2X on the women's side, which is size 14. All right, so that brings us to the end of the Temu haul. I have no idea how much time this has been, you guys, since it's kind of stopped and started a few times, but I kind of want to show the, if you guys don't mind, I want to show the my treasure hunting experience that I took a, if you were only here for the Temu, then please enjoy the rest of your day or whatever. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. But if you're going to stick around, I took part of last Friday off. Okay, I've been working, and I had gotten to a point where I kind of felt like there's nothing immediate that has to be done, and so I got permission and I just took some comp time to make up for all the overtime that I've been working, and went treasure hunting and found some really cool stuff, I think. And I am not a negotiator, and I know a lot of people when they go, these were antique stores that I got these from. And for those of you, if there's any of you watching this that live in Europe, my understanding is from other haulers or people, YouTubers, that thrift shopping in Europe sounds way better than it is in America. And it sounds like you get some really cool things in your thrift shops that we would in America have to go to an antique store to find, which means we're paying more. So I know a lot of people, I don't know if this is a worldwide thing, but a lot of people in America will barter or negotiate with whoever they're buying these antiques from to try to get them, you know, knocked down. And I've done that a couple times, but it's more like, can you give me a deal? And they're like, sure, 10% off. So I'm not like, I'm only going to pay $5 for that. Will you take it? You know, I'm just not like that. So I'm sure I way overspend. And some of you would probably find that and be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe she spent that. And I don't remember how much all this stuff cost anyway. But I will tell you some of the prices because I'm kind of embarrassed and, well, misery loves company. I don't know. So first, and these all came from one antique store, and this was the only thing I got there. And I knew they had these because I had seen them there before, but I didn't buy them before because I didn't really know what they were. But now I learned what they were, and I was like, oh, I want some. So I bought 4 packages of, which is way more than any one person needs, but it's these saver stamps. I'm trying to find a place to set these down where they won't all fall over. So in the States, I don't know if other countries did this, but grocery stores used to buy would get stamps from these retail companies, I guess you could say, kind of catalog kind of companies, would sell these stamps to grocery stores, and grocery stores would in turn give these stamps out to patrons based on the amount of their purchase. And then there would be these books that the customer would then fill with all of these stamps. And then once they got the book filled, they could turn them in. And there some places had actual physical stores they could go to, so they could go to their store, turn this in and get a toaster, or I don't know, there's a whole catalog full of things. And if you didn't live in a town that had one of those, you could mail it in and pick your item. But because I've been looking for stamps, and I know people sell these on Etsy because I bought a few, but I was intrigued, and so I ordered some of these, or bought some of these. So I got a couple of these, and so I bought 4 packages. Each package had, I think, 5 different versions of this in it, and it was $6. So $24 for stamps, that's probably way too much, and you guys are probably thinking, she's not very good with her money, but it's a hobby. And so there was this, and then also, I mean, like, here's another example where sometimes they would say, okay, you either need to put 51 value stamps, or 5 stamps that are worth 10, or 1 stamp that's worth 50 to fill a page. So like this one, they only had to do 1 because they were using a 50. But these were cool yellow ones. And again, so they had some little ones of these, but also some of these bigger ones. And then there were ones like this so this is where I need your help. I took one of these pages out of one of these and put it in water. I cannot get those stamps off of that page. And if I can't get the stamps off, it's really going to have defeated my purpose, because I was really hoping to get stamps that I could use. But I cannot. I've tried hot water and I've tried cold water, and was glue just way better back then? I don't know. So, and then there were some that were like big like this, and so again, they only needed 1 because of whatever kind they were getting. Let me see if I can find one more that's different. Okay, well then this, they did 5 10s. So I don't know. I don't know if the person that had the book that I tried to put in the water, I don't know if they just had a really good tongue that made them adhere better, but yeah, so I can't get them off, and I really want to. So anyway, so there was those. So yeah, $24, you guys. That's kind of, I get carried away because I just get so excited, because some of the things I find and I'm like, oh, that's so beautiful. All right, and then one guy had a bunch of like little things like this in his shop, or his booth. So this one, it's got writing and stuff in it, but it's like a ledger book. So most of it's blank, but that's okay. And the cover is totally fallen off. But, and then there's more. So I'm always saying too how I can never find ledger paper. Well, this isn't exactly what I meant, but there's that. And unfortunately with these, they pull the little sticker off because it identifies the booth. So I don't remember how much some of these things were, but I think these kind of things were usually in the $4 to $5 range, which also seems silly. But then this one I picked up, and I think this one had a calendar. Yeah. So it had a 1908 calendar in the front and 1909 in the back. And this one is a different kind of ledger paper. I don't think any of this one was filled in. It's also got in here cities with their population, and so just kind of, I don't know, a planner kind of idea, how much postage was at that time. But this one also had a bunch of just little loose papers in it, so I kind of thought that was neat, just kind of vintage kind of papers. So that's kind of why I picked this one up too. It's got writing on the back. So yeah, so I think Post Toasties, and I think some cigarette papers maybe. So yeah, so oh yes, let me show you guys this. So this one unfortunately was torn. But look at this. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this lady has some very strong features. But isn't that adorable? I just wish, I mean, I can tape this back together, but I'm kind of hoping I can scan it so it'll maybe seem like it's not torn. So yeah, so I got that, and then, oh, well, it was probably some kind of a book you got with an insurance policy. Oh, I didn't even notice it's embossed 1908. And then there were several of these kind of books that they'd made notes in and stuff, so, but a lot of the pages were blank. But again, so this is a 1938 calendar. So I think I got that. I think I got this in like a set of 6 for, so this shop, everything was 50% off, but the set of 6 was like $14.99, so I got it for what, $7.50? And I wish I would have said, because they had to call the guy because it wasn't priced, and I wish I would have said, no, I'll give you $1 a book, because that would have been a negotiation, right? And that would have been reasonable, $1 a piece. Did I think of that? No. Then I found one of these. So these are super hard to find. You used to be able to find these at the Goodwill all the time, but now you can't. But I found one of these. This was only $4, so this I thought was a pretty good deal. And it's just got tons of fussy cutting images, or you could just put this whole, use the whole page for something. But every page is got stuff. So I was super excited about that. I'm saving the best for last, but it's also the most kind of embarrassing, because I really kind of overpaid for that one. So let me get a couple of these other things out. Okay. So here were, actually I think these were the ones that it was a set of 6 for $7.50. And I got it because they were different colors, but they're all kind of the same thing. Just kind of notepads. And some of them had blank pages. So I don't know, I just like, I mean, and even, you know, if you're doing a junk journal, you could just stick this whole thing in one, or you could piece it out and just use, you know, the page. And then I got this because it's kind of all numbers. It's the value of corn and rye. So farming. And I don't know how this works nowadays, but do the prices really stay static long enough that you can make a book with the prices in it? But it's got a bunch of cool things that if you get some of your border stamps, you could make some really cool tags. So that's kind of what I was thinking here, but it does have some cool number pages. So I don't, like I said, I don't remember how much some of this stuff was. Some of it I do unfortunately remember. So then I was in a booth and they had a bunch of maps. I was like, oh, I really would like to get some maps, road maps. But they had them for $5 and $6. I'm like, that's crazy. Well, on top of those maps, there was this travel pack. And inside, when I opened up the inside of the travel pack, there were maps in it. All of these. And this was only $2. So I was like, well, shoot. Let's get this, because then I got all of these maps. Now, granted, Minnesota, Iowa, the Dakotas, Central U.S., Missouri, and Des Moines. So, maps for a good price. So I was happy about that. So some things I feel like I got a good deal on. The other things, probably not so much. All right, now these, I love these. So this is a old kind of magazine, and this one is from, well, maybe you can't tell on the outside. Oh, 1906. I'll just show you a few pages because I'm hoping to scan this. That is, if I can get it out of here without totally ripping it apart. I had never heard of this magazine, but that's a great image to scan. And ooh, okay, I wrote the cover. I think it was already detached, but look at that image. Isn't that beautiful? So it's kind of like, I don't know, like a Reader's Digest. It's got a bunch of different kind of stories in here, but yeah, it's from April 1906. And every so often it's just got these old-timey, or these really pretty pictures, plus it's got some great sorry, this is gonna fall off my lap. It's got some great advertisements, so I want to find a couple. Packer's Tar Soap. Look at that lady. I think I've seen this lady in some other advertisements because I remember someone with all this huge hair that I would love to have. So yeah, and then here's an image from the back. I just love the clothing from this period, but all these great advertisements. So I'm hoping to scan that stuff and share some of those. Some great automobile ones. Now this one was $10. So, you know, I don't know if that's a good price for this kind of a thing, but it's from 1906, so oh, I think I lost my 1906 when that happened. Okay, well, that's all right. And then I got 2 of these. Now in hindsight, I wish I had not bought 2 that were so close to each other in time period. So this one is 1894 and this one is 1895. Although I think this one came with a cover. I think this cover doesn't go with the magazine that's behind it. So this one's like missing the front cover. So I think this one was really also $18.94. But what I want to say about these is, you know, McCall's magazine was around back here too, and they would put all of their patterns in their magazine that you could buy. Well, this is the same thing, only for Butterick. So if you're familiar with Butterick patterns, this was their magazine. And I don't know, like, ugh, now I've got probably, that was probably all the little pieces of the 1906. Hang on. Oh no, that's not it. So yeah, now I've got little pieces of stuff. So McCall's magazine is still around, but I don't know if the delineator ever, if it became something else or not. I didn't look into that. But the reason why I'm kind of frustrated, so one of these was 32 and one of them was 20. I think this was the 21. The one that had the pretty cover was 32. So again, I think probably way too much for a magazine. I can tell that myself. But because they're so close together, I'm curious if, like, how often were they changing patterns back then? Like, would they have really been changing patterns every 3 months? Maybe. I mean, that's different seasons, I guess. But see here, you can see the pattern number. So this is very similar to the old, I've got an old McCall's that has these black and white pictures with the pattern numbers. This particular magazine also has a whole section on kind of embroidery and lace. But so yeah, so I'm afraid that I've purchased maybe multiple copies of the same pictures, because I just don't know how often something like that would change. But these would be great images in a old-time fashion kind of journal. And it also does have some advertisements in it too. These do tend to be kind of more fashion based, you know, needles and corsets and that kind of stuff. So I just really like these old magazines. And I know that the copyright rules are different in the United States than they are across the pond. And I know across the pond, at least in the Netherlands, if it's 100 years old, you're safe from copyright. And I'm pretty sure that's probably not the case in the States, but I don't think anybody's going to come after me for an image from 1906. Could be wrong. All right, and then last, okay, this one, this was in a locked case, which is already, you know, crazy, or means, you know, it's expensive. And this was again in the shop that was half off of everything, so I took that into consideration. It was sitting on top of a book that was marked for $1,200. I have no idea what kind of book is worth $1,200 that was in there, but this wasn't that. So these are Oddfellow certificates, like payment receipts. So when this person would pay their Oddfellows dues, they would get a receipt. And so there's 41 receipts in here. This was marked $57.99 before the half off, and I agreed to pay the half off. So, but it also, I mean, they range from, I think, 1916 all the way up to the 30s somewhere. And my husband is an Oddfellow, and his dad was an Oddfellow, so there's, you know, some nostalgia there too. So that's why I agreed to, and it came with these books. So these books, let me see if I can, like, there's the Constitution and bylaws, which I'm sure people that aren't Oddfellows are not supposed to know, right? It's kind of like the Eagles, the Elk, the Knights of Columbus, you know, they all have their own secret society, let's say. But anyway, when I opened this book up, this house is on the property that my husband lived for several years. So his dad was an administrator at the Oddfellows home there in Lincoln, Illinois. That's where I met my husband, and this particular house is not there anymore. But so I was like, oh, you know, because there's Oddfellows all over. These are specifically for Illinois, but yeah. And then there was this may be hard to see, but in Lincoln they had an Oddfellows orphans home, and so these are the orphans that they had, you know, in school were learning, because they had their own school at the time. And my father-in-law, for part of his life, lived in the orphanage. So it was kind of a full circle. Lived in the orphanage when he was a kid, and then later in life became an administrator of the home that was there. So yeah, so this kind of I didn't know that I would find this in it, but it kind of made the price worth it for me. So anyway, so that's it for my treasure hunt at the end of my Temu haul. If you stuck it out for all of that, thank you so much. I was so excited to share all that stuff with you, and I'm sorry that I didn't do a try on at the end of this, but I hope you understand. I don't know. I just wanted to haul and go kind of thing, because it's going to take me probably forever to get this all edited together and uploaded, but hopefully I'll get it uploaded Wednesday, tomorrow sometime. But thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, please click the like. That is super important. I've learned recently to the algorithms, and which subsequently affects the advertising dollars that this channel earns, which is the only money this channel earns. So that's the only money I've got coming in to help me pay for these things that I do on here and share with you. So unless you thought it was terrible, if you thought it was terrible, then by all means don't click like. I try to be honest and realistic, so I want you guys to be the same. That being said, hopefully you're only leaving kind comments. If you didn't like it, then this may just not be the channel for you, and you can, I'm sure, find a lot of other great channels. But you are always welcome here, and I probably don't need to keep talking because you guys are like, end it already. So anyway, wherever you are, whenever you are, I hope you're having a great day. If you're needing some extra compassion today, I hope that you're surrounded by friends or family that are loving on you today. But otherwise, until we meet again, please take care of yourself. Talk to you later. Bye.